Once upon a time, stories did not exist. Words ran rampant, untamed and untethered throughout the world, a mass of nouns and letters tumbling across the earth like a raging sea. It wasn't until the chronicler herded the unruly verbiage into books and added them to their collection that stories started coming into being. But what happens when tales escape the confines of their covers? That, my dear reader, is something we will find out together.
I need to get back to where I'm from. My friend is waiting for me. Who else is gonna try and play Murder the Dragon with me? Well, I suppose a lot of these people.
Everyone thinks fairy tales are things of joy and happiness. Well, I can tell you firsthand that they're nothing but a bunch of little nightmares. They've taken everything from me, but I can fight. And nothing's gonna stop me from getting back to my Tam.
For as long as life has existed, I have served as its complement, its bloody sibling that all fear. I am Camilla, death incarnate, and my will cannot be denied.
A name. A name is for those who wish to be known. And if you find yourself in my presence, then you must know nothing.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. We have returned from our little mini holiday break. Welcome to session 10 of Journey to Book's End, Cypher fairy tale system using Monte Cook Games game supplements. I'm Mare. I use they, she pronouns. I'm your game master, your page master. And then we're gonna do the quick, say who we are, who we're playing, donation incentives, and a recap. So I think we said Charlie's gonna do the recap. So let's go counterclockwise and start with Soul.
Hello everyone, my name is Soul. I use they, them pronouns, and I will happily be being Onyx Scaletooth, a rugged dragon who bears a halo of fire, who uses she, her pronouns.
Ange.
Hello there, everybody. It's an absolute pleasure to be back with one of my favorite groups of players and castmates to be sharing space with. My name is Angela Lemos Mogrovejo. I use she, they pronouns. And I am returning as Camila Gutierrez, who is a vicious god who sees beyond and walks the wild woods.
Amaya.
Hi, I'm Amaya, and my current setup is being held together by duct tape in a dream, and I'm playing Mishi, a guarded beast who speaks for the land.
Sorry, you disappeared, Charlie. I'm trying to find you.
I thought you were talking about me, and I was like, no.
I'm trying to get everybody recentered again, and I am having a time.
What did I do? What do I do?
No, you're good. Just go into the thing.
Okay,
I'll
hi
figure
guys. I'm Charlie, and I guess I'm being lost in the void. I use he, they, she pronouns, and I'm playing Bonnie Janet, a fucking what's my character sentence?
Fucking something.
It's been a few weeks. Bonnie Janet, a strong-willed explorer who looks for trouble and uses she, her pronouns. And I'm gonna jump into our recap now, and I'm not gonna do it in character because it's been a few weeks, and I think we all need a refresher minus the accent. So we all jumped into this haphazardly Frankenstein book that was put together by that guy Reed that we all kind of hate at this point because he's been stealing bits of our stories and putting them into new books. And we jumped into a book with the hopes of finding him on Mishi's island. But first we got stuck in a terrible, terrible maze. And all four of us were susceptible to a drug of some kind that induced incredibly emotionally tumultuous hallucinations. Janet found herself in the forest of her home and thought she had finally reunited with Tamlin, but her unlikely fairy ally helped her realize what was up, but not before she did untold emotional damage to herself. Um, Onyx destroyed some of her plushie hoard when she realized it wasn't real. Um, Camilla found herself back in the Fey realm with Janet with her and was just like, now wait a dang minute. And did violence on the Janet illusion, which I have totally normal feelings about. And Mishi thought she was on her own island, but then realized not quite yet, as we all fought a minotaur after coming out of the illusion. Janet disemboweling the man like a mad lad, and all of us having different levels of emotional fallout after recovering from that ordeal. But after getting out of the maze, we finally found ourselves on Mishi's home turf for real this time. And Mishi, now in their full power, has taken off to their island to stop Reed from fucking with it. Onyx joining her because Onyx can swim / breathe underwater now, if I remember correctly, leaving Janet and Camilla to find a canoe and row in the canoe with some unresolved tension between them. And Mishi got to her island with all haste, only to find a child in her home. And we don't know who this child is, but I'm assuming Mishi does. And that's where we left off.
As a reminder, we are raising money for PCRF. I did put in chat our donation incentives. We reached the 650 goal last, not our session, but the last session that's also part of the campaign, which is the Zenith game on Thursdays. So, yeah, please reward my players some amazing ciphers or advantages, natural 20s. That would be great, please. And thank you also while raising money for a really good cause. Also, I did use one of my nat ones last session, so I will happily take another one.
No, it's fine.
I have one.
You used it on me.
That's okay.
I did use it on
Mishi.
you. But yeah, I have one in the pocket right now, but it's for something special. Just have fear.
Yay!
All the fear.
But yeah. As we left off, I should put some like music on that isn't just like this peaceful background music. Give me a second. We're gonna put this one on. Anyway, as we last left off, thank you, Charlie, for the recap. Mishi!
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, got on mute, but we will get to your pain and your trauma. You have a child. You have met a child, a very familiar one. But yeah, if you can unmute yourself in the meets, please.
Uh-huh.
Thank you. Yes, so as we last left session, you got into your home, your abode, and you were met with a younger Ias, who, upon seeing you, immediately lowers his bow and has addressed you in concern, because even though you're not actively bleeding anymore, Camilla was able to patch you up, not completely heal you, but at least so you're not like immediately dying. You still don't look great. You did get gored by like a bull man.
Sure did.
What's your reaction?
Panic initially, and I was following the scent of Reed. Is he still here and I just got sidetracked by Ias, or?
You don't see Reed.
Okay. I think Mishi thought that this might happen when we were looking at the which orbs were taken and stuff, that things might get a little timey-wimey. And so I think she's just looking at him and says, "Are you all right?"
Are you? He like look he's like about to take like a step forward, but like you're still like a creature of the earth, a creature of the wild. So he's kind of like hesitant to like get in your space. As you're an injured creature, an injured animal, and he doesn't want to like just pop up to you, just in case. It's more it's a hesitance of, is it okay to approach, not am I afraid to approach.
Mishi makes no motion to stop him.
Okay. He'll carefully walk up to you and worriedly look at your wound. Did you get into a fight with a thunderer? Are you okay?
Not a thunderer. I ran into some trouble, but it's all right now. Is anyone else here?
He stops and shakes his head. I thought I saw a human, but I don't know where he went.
Where?
The island? I tried to track him, but he disappeared.
Was there a canoe that approached? Any sort of vessel?
He nods.
Part of Mishi's main concern right now is that another her is gonna show up, and that's gonna be complicated. So, she's I have company approaching the island.
And like there's a pause, and then just like confusion, and then a little bit of panic. Should I get some offerings? I should go find some offerings. Friends of grandmother are bound to be very, very powerful creatures.
Some are great spirits, yes, but there is one human who will be joining you as well. The only other human to be good like you.
He stops. But humans aren't allowed on the island.
It won't be for long. We are looking for the first human, the man that you saw. We need to find him.
He stops. And then he leans his head into your fur on your side. And he just, like, nods.
Stay here. Prepare a meal. I will go to greet them, and we will hunt for this man.
He nods.
And Mishi leaves quickly.
Very quickly. All right. Speaking of visitors, Janet and Camilla.
Oh boy.
How's that rowing going?
I think I don't know how long it's gonna take us to get to this island.
A while.
Probably a while. I think that at least for the first, Janet is completely silent. So if Camilla doesn't say anything, I think it's just like quiet rowing for like at least an hour.
I think Camilla actually, like partway through the rowing, like doesn't raise her eyes to look at Janet, but just simply says, "So what's wrong?"
I don't know if now's the time.
Is there going to be any other time where we have just the two of us to discuss things for this long?
I don't know. I don't. All I know right now is that rowing to this island is probably the one thing I'm going to be able to do without fucking it up. So I'd really just like to focus on it and not capsize or any other stupid shite that might go down.
Why are you worried about making a mistake now?
It's all I've been doing for the past however long since this started.
You helped deal with the Minotaur, that was not a mistake. You've helped keep us level-headed on certain occasions, that was not a mistake.
After I let my guard down and let myself be tricked by that motherfucker.
What happened, Janet? What did you see?
I saw Tam. And I was so excited and so foolish that I forgot where I was and what we were supposed to be doing. And I forgot that nothing is ever that easy, and I let myself get swept up in it. And I didn't, even when things started getting weird, I didn't want to believe that it wasn't real. And then until I was forced to accept that it wasn't real, and then I realized that I'm an idiot.
Why?
I've been looking through the pages of my story that we found so far. I don't think my story is very long. At least not compared to yours or Onyx's or Mishi's. I had one job. My story is about rescuing Tam. And I fucking failed. Twice. And now I try to keep us together. Now we're all split up. You keep coming to me asking me all these questions about what it means to be human and what it means to love, and I'm telling you, I try to tell you what I want to believe myself, that the hardship is worth it, but at the end of the day, it just creates pain. And I can see that you're holding yourself back for my sake, which you're hurting yourself because of me, because I'm not enough to handle it. I'm not enough for you. I'm not enough to save Tam. I'm not enough for this world. And I can't. What's the fucking point?
Why would any of that indicate that you're not capable enough to save Tam?
I don't know. Feels like you don't trust me. And if you can't trust me, how can I trust myself?
There's like a glint of red behind her eyes that you've only ever seen when Camilla is angry. And she like leans forward, and it's like her posture takes on a lot more of the bat form that you've seen when it's been at its fullest. What gives you any right to say on my behalf whether or not I trust you?
Tell me otherwise then.
I trust you. What does it take for me to prove to you that I do? Do you know what my story, this long story you seem to be celebrating and trying to use as some sort of way to hurt yourself, the way I've seen so many mortals hurt themselves near the end of their lives? Do you know what the moment was that I left? The moment was right before I was about to rip off somebody's head, to take it to many of the lords who I serve, to enjoy a game of ball, to kick around the court of the underworld. And If it were not for you, I would be relishing every single moment that would lead me, that would expedite any chance I have to get there faster, to do that, to relish the violence. If it were not for you, I would not be trying so hard, so very hard. And you see her claws are digging into like her own skin. They're like especially around her thighs and where her dress is going down, you see like they're growing out, and she's like struggling and shaking with rage. Do you know how many times already I have come close to wanting to rip your throat out? To hurt every single one of you, and if it were any other people, if it were anyone else besides you in particular, I would have let it happen. Because of you, I'm trying to not make the only way that I know how to feel any connection to anyone, mortal or otherwise, be just violent, bloody, tearing apart of flesh and sinew. I trust you, Janet. You do not get to speak for me and my feelings.
If it's so hard for you to be here, to hold yourself back, then maybe we should hurry up and fix our stories. I'm not afraid of you, Camilla. I'm afraid of trying to be what you need me to be and failing.
What do you think I need? Tell me. Stop assuming. Stop trying to guess what you think I want or need, or who you think I'm expecting you to be, and just tell me, who do you think you need to be right now?
I'm the person who picks fights so people I know don't have to. I protect people. I stand up for them. I get myself into trouble so people focus on me instead of the people who can't handle it. I don't know how to be anything else.
You've been sweet and tender with me. You've been considerate of Onyx when she has been struggling. You've earned, if not the goodwill, then at least the respect of Mishi. You're already being something else. She moves closer to you.
I don't want you to keep hurting yourself because of me. That hurts more than if you actually...
How do you think I'm hurting myself? By holding back what I am?
I... I don't know. Maybe you're right. It's stupid of me. I just don't know why you chose me.
I'll ask this so as to not interrupt the flow of it, Charlie. Is it okay if Camilla's the one to take over on the rowing duty? I assume at some point it's kind of slowed a bit, but
Yeah.
do you know how many people's lives I have seen end while I have existed? Do you know how many families, how many children have had to watch their parents pass away? How many lovers have had to be split from one another? Do you know how many I've watched go away?
I can't begin to count, probably.
And do you want to know what I found to be the strangest thing amongst so many of them up until recently? That they did this for people that they loved. I never understood why anyone could risk everything that they have, everything that they are and feel for someone else when they knew that the end would come for them all the same. And why they would risk everything to bring that end even closer to them. Until I met you.
Are you better off knowing that, though?
Am I better off knowing that a mortal has, for all intents and purposes, with all the words that I struggle to find to describe what I feel, has captured my heart? Yes.
And is it okay if Janet leans in to kiss Camilla?
I was also about to ask this.
Yeah! Okay.
Okay.
Is it okay if I cut in here?
Yes, please do.
Please. I was gonna just transition it to like we keep rowing and there's no
We
so
still
that's
rowing.
perfect.
I
Yes,
wanna
we're still rowing.
I wanna
We've got
know
a mission.
I wanna know how Onyx's time is going. How you doing, buddy?
Onyx is standing on the shore watching.
No, I think she's still
No,
swimming.
no. Yeah, Onyx is trained in swimming, not specialized. So
Correct.
Onyx is doing her best. And again, like, she doesn't need to breathe underwater anymore. So she's just trying to gather whatever strength she has to continue swimming towards the shore.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just almost like is almost like getting, the more that she can see the speck turn into an island, the more anxious she is. There is something starting to like creep up in her, and she doesn't know quite what to call it. Besides anxiety.
I was about to say, it sounds like anxiety, hon.
Maybe fear, but like she's with this anxiety comes the natural feeling for all anxious people, something really bad is going to happen, and she can't figure out what it is or why this feeling is.
Anxiety.
And with a complete lack of mental health knowledge that comes from being a dragon cooped up in a tower for 120 years, She's just like, I don't
We
know.
left the DMC
call
5
this?
behind. No.
So she's just trying to swim as fast as she can, because Camilla and Janet, they're figuring out whatever they figured out, because something that Charlie forgot to mention was Janet threw a total bitch fit when Onyx and Mishi tried to go back to help.
Okay.
So,
All right.
so
Failed
sometimes,
to mention.
so sometimes gut feelings and anxieties show up and present themselves because your body and your mind is subconsciously picking up on something that is wrong. I really like that last meme you sent, Soul. A+. So, Onyx and Janet, how would you like an experience point?
Both of us.
Yeah, so instead of
Yes.
giving it to one person and you give another person another, it's just going to be the two of you.
Okay.
Yeah, Murder's
Please give
deciding
it
for
to
you.
me.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Am I doing this
Yeah.
to like specifically try and even out the XP? Maybe.
I want to level up so bad.
Full of
Listen,
it.
we love Amaya and I. We love that for
How much
you.
XP am I gonna have after this?
So right now the totals that you've accrued over the entire campaign is Amaya 16, Soul 16, Angela 18, and Charlie 16.
Hey.
And the only reason why I'm not including like Camilla in this one, in my notes specifically says, hold on, let me pull this up. Specifically says no XP because she has enough already.
That's
We
great.
all just really like giving Camilla XP.
So this is
Listen,
specifically
Listen, I'm very well beloved here. I understand this. Now, would I like another advancement? Yes. However, don't. Not this such-
I'm trying to
All
keep
right,
it as
what's
even
happening
as possible.
between the two prophesied children?
So yes, Onyx and Janet. But I don't know how noticeable this is to Janet and Camilla right now because they're having
bit
this
distracted.
emotional discussion right now and a little bit of making out.
A little bit.
But Mishi and Onyx, I would say you definitely notice this. The sky has gotten darker. The winds have picked up. And the waves on this lake have started to get difficult. Especially, this is really easy for you to notice, Onyx, because you're literally in the water right now. It is much harder to swim. And Mishi, the weirdest thing about this storm as the rain starts to come down is this is the type of storm that should have lightning and thunder. But you don't see or hear anything, which is really, really weird.
That's creepy.
Janet and Onyx. Well, let's start with Janet first. As you are having this conversation with Camilla and are tenderly kissing, maybe one of you is out of your seat a little bit, leaning over to kiss this very tall bat lady.
Yeah. I got up out of my seat. I feel like we stopped rowing. We've stopped rowing for like the 10 seconds that this happens, and we're
Yes.
just kind of still in the water.
And as you're
We
pulling
made out for 10 seconds.
I don't know, man.
Is that too short or too long?
too short.
Sure.
It's too short.
Yes.
It's definitely too short, but like also I don't know if we'd still be cognizant that we're in the middle of the water.
You're trying to get to this island to help your friends.
That's what I'm saying.
But as you're pulling away from Camilla, her bat-like features right in front of you, a wave hits the boat
Oh no.
really hard. And you feel your feet go out from underneath you and you go overboard.
Oh no.
And similarly, Onyx, though you can breathe underwater now, you feel the surf and the waves just go over you. You immediately don't see the sky above. It is dark. It is cold. And there is a small current that just kind of picks you up. And you do not know what way is up.
Yeah, Onyx starts freaking out because the sky is different. The sky, she is under control, and this is complete vulnerability. in a body that is not hers, and she's thrashing and trying to like break free of the current. And what's the thing that you're not supposed to do with rip currents?
Swim
Whatever
against,
that is,
swim
she's
against
doing
it.
Be
that.
in them.
Yeah, be in
Both.
them.
You're supposed to
Oh, she's
don't
doing
swim
that.
parallel.
She's trying to swim against it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to do that.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's literally, I'm like, whatever it is that you're not supposed to do, that's what she's doing, because she
You're
doesn't know.
supposed to swim perpendicular to it.
Because she doesn't
Gotcha.
know what she's supposed to do. She's never had been in anything more than like a big pond.
Exactly.
This is a literally, what did we say, like over 100-mile lake? 100 kilometers or something?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Big
Yeah,
boy.
it's ocean adjacent.
Yeah.
Just freshwater, though. You remember, the Great Lakes are freshwater, everybody. Remember that.
Mhm.
Yeah, so, Camilla, you are splashed with water. You are doused. But Janet was just swept overboard. I also want to hear from Mishi's thoughts as this storm has suddenly arisen and the lack of thunder and lightning as well.
I think for Misha's first instinct, like, no lightning and thunder is like, good. I don't have to worry about someone else showing up that I have to fight. It's just a storm. Sure. But then she's seeing the water get really choppy. She's familiar with this area and how dangerous the waters can be for non-aquatic individuals. So I think as soon as she sees the waves start getting bad, she's diving in and trying to find the canoe.
Okay. Camilla? Thoughts? Prayers? I don't know.
You would dare say the phrase "thoughts and prayers" to me? Horrible person. My first instinct is I remember last session Mishi had mentioned a sort of telepathic link.
I totally forgot about that. You're so right. Yeah, she's
Yes.
like, are you okay?
I think her first thought is Janet has gone overboard and I don't see Onyx.
You just get the response, not good, as she's swimming.
Yeah, I think also Camilla kind of by instinct just jumps in as well. She also doesn't know better, and she's also panicked.
Gonna lose the boat.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know
like,
we're gonna
as
lose the
you
boat,
do
but
that, you
Mishi
hear
comes
Mishi-
back, therefore we're fine.
Yeah, you hear Mishi being like, stay with the boat, stay out of the water, like
keeps
that
her
type
from
of thing
jumping
as
in,
you're diving in.
'cause- Yeah, well, because your thoughts go faster than like me about to jump in, so I'd probably stop at that point then. So yeah, I'm like right about to dive in. I'm just like,
Okay. So, what we are going to do is we're going to do a little bit of a skill challenge here
Oh no.
to see what happens. Essentially, we're going to just go through a quote-unquote round of quote-unquote combat to figure out if y'all drown or not.
I
Okay.
wonder if we'll drown.
Well, you know, I know. Okay, if Janet drowns or not.
Hey. Hell.
Oh,
But
no,
also, to be fair, what was I gonna say? Yeah, so this is no specific order or anything, but what do folks gonna do? Also, Janet, what's your thoughts? How you feeling?
Yes, well, definitely disoriented. Me, Charlie, had a childhood of running into going to the beach and playing a game of I like to call taking brain damage from waves.
Oh no!
So I know what it feels like to get knocked over and knocked underwater over and over again by a bunch of waves. But that also means I know how to recover from them. I, Charlie, know how to do this. Janet, maybe not so much. I will say Janet does have the endurance feature, which means that she can hold her breath twice as long as a normal person, and she basically just has like twice the amount of stamina that you would expect her to. And she does know how to swim, so I don't think she's like completely a lost cause.
I would like
But
to
I think-
remind you, you have a skirt and lots of fabric.
Okay, okay.
You can still swim. You can still swim. No worries.
Yeah. So I'm just slightly bogged down.
Janet suffers from woman.
Yeah. Yeah. This is where
to Janet.
girlhood is a spectrum, and this is the bad end.
Oh no.
Girlhood is a spectrum, and it's like Janet the human on one end and the bat goddess on the other.
Yeah, exactly. And then they kissed. So if this is a kind of like roll, I guess I would want to make like a might roll, I guess, to try and like reorient myself.
Yes,
Is
absolutely.
that
Definitely.
cool?
Let me see what this would be. I'm gonna see this is a difficult task. This will be 4.
Okay.
May or may not get harder as the
Does my endurance thing lower that at all, or is that just like another?
I will say it'll take longer for you if you don't get to the surface in a certain amount of time. It'll take longer for you to drown.
Cool.
So if you don't get to the surface within a certain number of rounds, then it'll basically extend it.
Okay.
So if I said you need to be there within 3 rounds, it would be like 6 rounds for you.
Okay.
That's just, it's a quick example.
Okay. I'm definitely gonna spend some spend some stuff. Effort.
call, good
That's
call.
the word. I know the terms for this. Since my effort limit is 2, I'm gonna do 2 points of effort, because why not?
You can do that.
So that brings it down to a 2.
Correct.
And so I only have to roll a 6.
Correct.
Oh, boysy.
Nat ones exist.
Soul wants you to fail. so
Natural
badly.
20!
So yeah, tell me your major effect that you would like out of this.
Oh, man.
Oh,
That's an interesting thing. I think I would just, if these waves are kind of acting unnaturally, I think Janet gets like, she tumbles and then she manages to kick off of like some kind of debris in the water, like a log or something.
One of the
And it-
million shipwrecks.
Yeah, just like a boat, a human skull, maybe, who knows. I don't know what goes on in the
A
Great
fish?
Lakes.
A fish?
probably.
A fish. There's a big old fish, and I kick and I use it as a launching pad. And I managed to right myself and kick up at just the right angle, so I kind of get swept up into the curve of the next wave. And maybe it doesn't deposit me back onto the boat, but it plops me back onto the surface, and like I'm like I've reached and I'm like treading water, and I'm still quite near the boat.
Yeah.
If I can manage that.
I will say you can break the surface with a natural 20.
Hell yeah. I think this is my first nat 20 of this campaign that I actually rolled that wasn't like a gift from the chat. So took us
Good call.
10 episodes, but we got there.
I'm actually going to pop in super quick. Because I also get a turn.
Oh no.
Because I said so. Camilla, can you make me a might defense roll?
I don't like. What is the difficulty?
The difficulty is going to be a 5, I think. It is
I
challenging.
feel. There.
I see what you're laughing at, Soul. The dramatic zoom of Amaya's camera. I'm sorry.
Well,
This is so good.
Jesus Christ, folks. Yes, I am going to do similar to Charlie, which is I'm going to put in 2 into this, which puts me down to only needing 3.
A 9.
So that's a 9. So I would have an edge in this, so that would take 2 for the first effort, and then 2 for the second effort, because I can only use it once, correct?
Yeah. So you can only use it once per roll. So spending 2 levels of effort would normally be 5 minus your edge.
I rolled a 14, so somebody said they wanted me to succeed.
Yeah. So You are.
Yeah, I know it wasn't you, Soul. I know you want me to fail. You love me, but you want drama, so you want failure. You're muted, you dork.
You would also see this, Janet, as you do breach the surface, but Camilla, you are absolutely smacked with another wave.
Great.
Trying to throw, and you almost fall overboard.
Deserved.
Yeah. All right, everybody else, besides Janet, because Janet already went.
I swim good.
You do swim good. Yours will not be based off of any checks, so you will not have to make any checks, swim checks. Your checks would be based around trying to find people, or at least Onyx.
A good thing with my tier up, I took training in perception. I also have wilderness navigation, I guess, but that would be the same.
You would also need to spend like a turn or two to get there.
Yeah, I mean, we're going as fast as possible.
Yeah. I don't know how it works.
No worries. Remember, you're heading towards the canoe.
Yeah.
Who knows where Onyx is on the way there? It's fine. I'm sure she's fine. She's a dragon.
Looking for the canoe.
Yeah, exactly.
Canoe will be much easier to find than a dragon.
Yeah, and Mishi knows that you can swim now. You're fine. She's more concerned with the human,
water now.
The squishy human.
How many times do I have to say I'm ripped?
So ripped, so strong.
Listen, if you are properly ripped, then you are squishy when you're not flexing.
True. Anyway, Mishi, Onyx, and Camilla.
Yeah, what would my difficulty be for finding canoe?
So finding the canoe is going to be much easier than the dragon. The dragon in the water, kind of like a needle in a haystack, but a little different, more wet. What? I'm gonna say this is a little easier. So we'll say for you this will be a 3 for the canoe, because you know the direction they were coming from, you know where they started on shore.
Okay, I will put 1 level of effort into it.
And perception will bring it down also, so you'll have to roll at least a 3.
Okay. A good thing that's a 5.
Yes. You
Wow.
We got there.
So yes, you can see them in the distance. You're not there yet, but you can see them. There is one person in the boat, and you see a shock of bright gold hair in the water. Not nearby, but not sucked underneath.
Mishi has the brief thought of like, I've only ever drowned humans, not stopped them from drowning. Interesting.
Correct.
This is usually the goal for her. That's all. End of thought.
Onyx and Camilla.
Onyx, do you want to go?
I can go.
Yeah.
So Onyx is underwater, confused, trying to swim against a rip current. It's not a recipe for success. I think the first thought is swim harder.
Oh, my sweet summer child. This will be a challenge 5 might task.
Cool. So I am trained in swimming.
Yay!
However, I would like to offer you that I probably have a current setback because I am so
panicked.
panicked.
Yeah.
Anxiety debuff.
Yes.
Yeah, anxiety debuff, and I think it'll be interesting to just try and do a straight roll.
Okay. Let's fucking go.
I just wanted something interesting to happen. And you know what? I got a 13. Let's go.
How deep are the Great Lakes? Question mark.
Oh no!
Google, help us out. Help us.
Which
kill
lake are
Onyx.
you in? Which lake are we in, Amaya?
Superior, I think. I said.
Yeah.
How deep is Lake Superior in feet? Holy shit!
Oh no.
About 1,300 feet.
Yes.
Oh Jesus!
That's quite
That was
deep.
adjacent.
So it's a maximum depth of that many feet.
It's deeper than three. It's 3 times deeper than most of the world's oceans.
I
And
didn't know
Onyx,
that.
and
Oh,
Onyx
yeah.
just so happened to be in a part that's only 20 feet deep. Wow.
The average depth is about 80.5 fathoms, which is 483 feet.
That's so much. That's so many feet.
I can't fathom how deep that is.
Oh my god, you're so funny.
Dink.
You Onyx does not know this, but you feel yourself getting pushed by the current again. You're deeper, you're not that deep, but you are definitely getting farther from the surface.
I have no idea. I'm probably like starting to get past it, you know?
You're reining in the anxiety and the fear a little bit.
Yeah. Like, cause you know what? I have the false confidence of like, actually, I think I'm being able to control this.
Oh, sweet summer
So
child.
Exactly. It's fine. That's what Onyx did.
Oh, sweetheart. Camilla.
Oh boy. Do I see Janet like just breaking the surface right now?
I will say yes, but she is not within easy reach.
Okay.
I think she's, what is it? It's near far, immediate near far or something like that in the system.
Yes.
Yeah, you're the next step increment, so near.
Bold of you to assume we know what the rules to this game are.
I'm just
I
bullshitting
do.
it.
Confused with effort and edge. I just want to guess.
I remember them.
I know how to
read the
play.
entire book.
I know how to play better than run it. It's fine. I've run 50 games. I've played at least 50 games of Cypher.
Fair enough.
I play D&D.
That's fair.
Well, we do have the ores. Is it possible to reach the ore over to try and like give her something to like
You're not
hold on
that
to?
close. If you need to get at
Damn
least
it.
a little closer.
So I assume I need to. So I'll spend my turn rowing over to get close enough to her.
Yes, but this is going to be a task.
Joy.
This is going to be a challenge for it. Might-based task.
Joy. I assume difficulty 4.
Yes.
Okay, I will spend. Fuck it, I'm gonna do 1 level of effort
Alrighty.
on it, so that would only cost me 2. So that brings it from 4 to a 3, so I need at least a 9.
Yes.
Math.
Math.
15.
Yeah.
Go.
You are able to get closer, so if everything stays stable, next round you can reach out the ore to Janet.
Everything stays stable. What do you take me for? A neurotypical?
Anyway,
Trauma.
everyone except Mishi, I need you to make a strength, a might defense roll.
Oh
boy.
God.
This will
Difficulty?
This will be a 4.
Oh boy.
You said I was able to see Janet, right?
Yes.
Would you allow me to use an ability before they make this roll, or should I have done it on my turn?
You can use it. I will. Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna use the Blessing of the Gods. Oh no, it's a target you can touch. Never mind. I'm gonna use a different one. Yeah, up to 3 creatures. I assume creatures I can see probably. Particular task is eased. I'm gonna ease swimming.
Okay.
So both.
For
If I
both
can
of
see
us?
and if I can see Camilla too, then I'd like to do both Janet and Camilla.
Yes.
Okay. I
Um,
don't think that doesn't ease this task.
it doesn't
ease
use
if
this
I end up
task.
in the water,
It will
correct?
for Janet because she's in the water.
Yeah, I'm good
Eh.
swimming.
Yes,
Okay.
but if you do need to make, if you end up getting washed overboard, it will then apply.
And I spent a level of effort, so this brings me down to 2.
Correct. That's
I
it.
am not, because I am starting to go low on my might pool.
Me
It's
too, but also
fine.
I want to live.
It's fine.
Oh my God! I just did it. I got 13. I'm
Huzzah.
okay. Oh God.
Oh, I got a 14. We're good.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
I got a 15.
you got it. So Janet and Camilla, you do feel this wave again, trying to for you, Janet, push you under. And Camilla, once again, the wave's crashing into you, trying to shove you overboard. Janet, for you, it feels a little easier. The water seems to be flowing around you and assisting you.
Trippy.
Onyx, you get a little lull in the current. There's a little pocket, and you're just not being just shoved in a random direction. You have a second to pause and try and orient yourself. This next turn, Mishi, you will be within range of the boat, basically. So after everyone has gone, you'll be in range. What would folks like to do?
Swimming back towards the boat.
All right. Are you offering out the oar, Camilla?
Yep.
Okay, I'm reaching for the oar. Does the easing of the swimming task still apply? And, how long does that last?
Yeah, how long does
Amaya?
it last, Mishi?
For 1 minute.
Oh, slay.
Yeah, I will say you could get the easing of swimming and also a asset to try and pull yourself back in because Camilla's holding out the audio.
Cool. Okay, so I won't spend any of my own effort on this one if that means it's being eased by 2.
Yeah, it'll be challenge 4, so you need to at least get a 6.
Okay. Ooh, that's a 7, baby.
Oh god.
Why are we passing all of these by 1? I don't like this.
Hey, a success is a success, baby. I'm not questioning it.
Yeah, Janet, you are a soggy, wet, drenched mess in the boat.
Ugh, the layers of clothing that help her stay warm in the Scottish Highlands are not helping right now.
No.
The skirt is 5 pounds on a normal day. It's now 20 because it's wool and it's soaking wet.
Yikes.
Ugh.
Soul, honey, what's going on?
Obviously, all of my swimming success has gotten me to this pocket. And Onyx, even though her arms are burning, and she has no idea what's going on because she's so far down from the surface, it's completely fucking dark. Onyx is going to try and take a moment to reorient herself and see if she can make a break for the surface. But I guess that would be an intelligence-based task to try and figure out how she's oriented.
Yeah, if you're trying to specifically try and figure out where to go, it'll be a sight-based task. So that'll be perception, thinking about all the stuff around you. Where's my little handy chart? So since you failed before, this is gonna be a little harder.
Oh
cool.
boy.
So this is gonna be a challenge 6.
Cool. Let's do
Oh
it.
god.
I think I will want more than a 10% chance to get this.
Yeah.
15% chance, actually. I will expend some effort.
Alrighty.
Alright, let's see. And because it is a perception-based task, I'm not trained in perception, but I do have an edge in intellect. So I don't only have to use 2 points.
Heck yeah.
Yep. Alright. Let's go. 25% chance. We got
Let's
this.
go. Let's fucking go.
I do got it. It's a 17.
Yeah.
Hey!
Oh god.
Heck yeah. So what are you doing?
Oh god.
How do you figure it out?
So in my head, right, I don't know if you guys remember this, but there was a time where Animal Planet or the Discovery Channel made up a whole false documentary about how they thought dragons would work. And so
I want to watch this.
Yeah,
That's
that's
awesome.
It's a fantastic one. And so one of the main things is there would have to be an air bladder to try and just sort of figure out how to lift them into the air, right? And
Right.
also to like extra lungs to like breathe up that high and like all that stuff. And so I think in this moment of challenge, where Onyx is like regaining the confidence and falsely, but to her, conceptually, truly figuring out that she can do this, she sort of like tries to like sync with her body, and even though it's not her body, she sort of gets the sort of natural feeling of like which way is up, because of that sense of flight that she is so privy to, and that's how she knows which way to go now.
I don't think it would count here, but fun fact, did you know after you get past a certain depth, you begin to sink instead of float?
I did know that. It's horrifying.
It's terrifying.
Yeah.
Freedivers, I don't know how you fucking do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I'm good, thanks.
I have a fear of drowning, so...
So do I.
Ooh, don't.
It seems
Yeah,
like a
because you're a
natural
sane human being. Yeah.
instinct
Yeah.
to have. Yeah.
Do I still want to learn how to freedive, so if I'm ever in that situation, I have a little bit of extra air? Yeah, absolutely.
Where you meet the true BBEG, the Bends.
Great.
I've been diving before, and then I learned that my asthma is triggered by cold water, and I could no longer dive.
Oh.
Ouch.
I was okay. I sat on the side and looked at the pretty little fish.
I saw a barracuda once in the ocean when I was swimming.
Focus.
I wanted to share too.
Okay, so
Focus.
Mishi, you are at the duo.
They're in the boat.
They're in the boat. You
Do you, like-
saw Janet and Camilla getting Janet back in the boat.
It's probably really startling seeing like her shadow rapidly approach the canoe. She's probably like the size of the canoe.
Yeah.
And she like breaches the water and like clings onto the side.
Oh.
And is like, "Where's Onyx?"
I don't know.
I don't. We haven't seen them. I think they're somewhere below.
One thing at a time. And I would like Mishi to try and pull the canoe to shore.
Yeah. I think it's more awkward than anything.
Yeah.
So I don't know how you want to like figure out how to pull it.
There's almost definitely like a control water ability in this game, isn't there?
I don't know what you get at higher levels, honestly, from your Speaks for the Land.
Amaya, make it up. You can say anything right
Yeah,
now, and
you're-
Mayor can't prove you wrong.
You're tier 6 Forte right now, Foci.
I control water to make the current help us.
You'll still need to make a check.
Yeah.
And because of this, I think maybe just spend like 3 int points.
I can do that. And if I have an edge, that brings it down by 1, right?
I'm
So-
already factoring in your edge.
Gotcha. Then yeah.
Yeah. So make me a challenge 3. If you want to spend effort, you can, but that was just to use like the control water.
I'll spend 1 effort.
Okay, dokie. Challenge 6.
Sorry, challenge 6? It went from 3 to
Sorry,
6?
you need to roll a 6. Challenge
Yeah.
2, roll a 6.
17.
Yes. Yeah, what is this like? Especially for the folks in the boat.
It's not comfortable. I think it's like, or like imagine she's like big cat, but can swim good.
Is it a bumpy ride?
It's a bumpy ride. I feel like I can't imagine how she would like be able to grip with animal paw. So I think she goes a human form, human adjacent form, and then but with the help of the current, so she can still hold on to the canoe, and then it's just kind of propelled forward by water.
Shoom!
Yeah.
Yeah. Just a funny thought, like, you two in the canoe might not even realize this is about to happen. It's just like a shoo, and the two of you pile into the back, falling over. I'm just thinking of gay thoughts.
Oh yeah.
See, I went more ridiculous, and I thought it was more like a Scooby-Doo Shaggy holding on to each other kind of movement for Camilla and Janet. It's like, it's very gay in any other context. In this context, it just looks goofy as shit.
You two
It's
falling for
just-
each other.
All the sensuality and like the emotional tension is completely gone, and we're just like ass over tea kettle.
It's like it has the potential of being this really cute romantic moment, but then you like headbutt each other by accident.
Probably
Oh,
more
Janet's
than
absolutely
once.
cracked a tooth.
Oh, ow. Mm.
Oh.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm good. But I have like chipped a tooth. It's not fun.
Oof.
Onyx, this is gonna take a little bit for the Mishi to get your pals back to her island.
I didn't mean to leave you. I just don't want them to die.
You can breathe. It's fine. What are you up to? You have
Yeah.
reoriented yourself. You know which way is up.
Whammon.
All right, challenge 4. Since you know where you're going now, and you have hit a pocket.
Yes. Now let's go. Let's see what the fates have for us.
Let's go.
The fates want it to happen. It's a 13.
Yes. You don't see light, but you know the current is not as strong as you're getting close to the surface, but you haven't broken the surface yet. You'll need to make one more success. It's still challenge 4 in order to get up.
Sounds good.
You can did you want to roll again?
Can. That's a 3.
Yeah, you
I was like, how hard can it be with a 40% chance?
head over tail again. Unfortunately. Yes.
I think this time, in Mishi's head, you hear Onyx say, "Fuck, fuck, fuck."
Not good.
Yeah. As while this is happening, Mishi, you are able to get both Janet and Camilla to shore.
The second they're on shore, she's turning back around and diving into the water and trying to find Onyx.
That is fair.
There's the briefest moment actually as they're like onto shore. She doesn't even like pull up the canoe or anything. It's like it's beached, and she goes, "There's a small boy on this island. He is fine. Don't worry about it." And then she dives back into the water.
There's a small boy. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Yes, so this is going to be a Onyx is underwater in the middle of a great lake who has been tossed around a lot. I'm gonna say this is a challenge 6 even for you, unless you have something that can bring it down.
The real question is, do I have the time to look at my tier 6 abilities? And the answer is probably not.
Oops, it's fine. It is perfectly fine.
What do I have to roll for tier 6?
18 or higher.
18, baby. So technically at tier 6, you can spend 5 levels of effort.
Well, it's not.
Yeah.
Mishi's not a tier 6 character, just has tier 6 foci abilities, up to tier 6.
Gotcha.
Does wilderness navigation apply here?
I will say
Is this
yes.
sure? Wilderness. I have training in that.
You're also trained in perception, aren't you?
Yes.
So that
I don't know if I
moves it
can
from-
double dip.
You can do both.
I am
Well, they're
a
just-
creature
technically-
with red skin right now in the middle of your weird ass water.
So that would bring it from 6 to 4. So you'd need a 12 or higher to 6.
And then you can use effort.
Okay, getting a little bit low on intellect here, but I think once I get this done, it should be okay. Yeah, I'll do 2 levels of effort.
So you brought it down to a challenge 2.
2 levels of effort when you have 1 edge. That's 3.
4 points.
Points. 4 points. Okay, yeah. This is last push. Don't fail me now.
So I'm quickly looking over your foci abilities.
That's a 6.
You made it.
It was like a 14 and then rolled to a 6 and I was like,
But you made it. But you made it. You know exactly where Onyx is. How do you...
it'll be some sort of like god thing of like feeling how the currents move and then like I know where you are.
You can feel some like fishes like swimming normally, and then you feel some
The
like
flailing?
a flailing like.
The fish is going around something.
Yeah, Mishi moves in that direction and is grabbing Onyx and going to the surface.
Onyx, you feel, I'm assuming, teeth, a strong jaw going around you? Question mark?
I guess I forgot that, yeah, I think it's like a big, like, nudge with the face to go up.
Out of nowhere, in the dark depths of the water, you feel something big hit you, and you go in a direction.
Onyx flails for a second before just holding on, and is just hopes for the best, honestly. She knows nothing about what lives in the water, except for water dragons, so this could be good or bad.
And then mentally Mishi just says, hold on, and starts swimming to shore.
Oh, complete, like... and it's just sort of, like, trying not to... just coughing up a bunch of water, actually.
Yeah.
As Mishi swims her to shore, and it's just like, is everyone else okay?
Yes, I pulled Janet and Camilla in their canoe to shore.
That must have been exhausting.
I do this frequently. Well, not the saving part, but the swimming part.
Okay.
Are you alright?
Yeah. I thought I was doing okay, and then I wasn't.
No human has ever swam this distance before.
Yeah, well, next time I can fly it.
Yes, that seems more convenient for you.
Yeah. If it's okay, Amaya, I think Onyx sort of like takes out this like small square of fabric that somehow is not soaked through. And again, like, she is concerned that you have been expending yourself, because I don't think that Mishi would ever admit that she was tired. So Onyx just sort of like, it looks like it has like a slight like shimmer to it, and Onyx just sort of like passes this handkerchief like over your head, and your intellect stat pool gets completely replenished.
Is this what you were given to by
Yes.
Okay, it's not a small handkerchief, it's like almost like a blanket sized.
Perfect, so it's small for Mishi.
Small for Mishi,
Yeah.
yes.
Just sort of like, you see it's almost like a magic trick then, because Onyx has like, again, like the soaked through shirt, and just starts pulling this like large bit of fabric and just like almost puts it over your head and like rubs over your ears.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's an extremely large handkerchief with one corner coated in mercury, the genie's handkerchief. So rubbing the cloth over a wound heals the wound, restores all points to the character's pools.
So all points. So any other points that you spent.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
But uses one recovery roll for the day.
Yeah.
That's a fair trade.
Fair trade.
Jesus Christ.
Good.
Oh my. That's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, she says, what was that?
A gift.
Thank you.
Yeah, seeing as you should be on your island.
Yes, we are almost there.
I know, but how much time did you waste doing this?
It's all right. It was being watched by another.
Oh, well, I have friends then.
In this story, yes.
Doesn't say anything and just continues to do like some light patting on the top of Mishi's head.
You know, if you scratch the kitty under the chin, they really like that. Yeah, you get to shore. All of you are on shore. Janet, what and Camilla, what are you doing while you're waiting for the two dragons?
Just catching my breath. Absolutely soaked to the bone.
Camilla's not as badly soaked, but is immediately like looking around to see if there's a cave or anything to keep from the. Well, because there isn't rain. Is there rain and such happening? Was it just the waves?
Oh
that
no,
were being
there
chaotic?
was rain.
Okay, that's what I thought. I was just making sure. She's just looking for whatever the nearest cave there is to just try and get Janet out of it.
That would be Mishi's cave.
Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah. We should go.
As you are approaching the cave, you do see some smoke coming out from the entrance, and you smell cooking meat.
Mishi told us about the kid.
Yes.
So there's a small boy here. Don't worry about it.
Janet just kind of knocks on the wall of the cave entrance like, hello? There's no door. Try to be polite.
You hear shuffling inside. Hello?
Might you be the small boy Mishi told us about?
The great Manitou Mishi Peshu?
Yeah. We're friends.
Grandmother said you would be. Some people would be coming.
Janet and Camilla share a look. Janet walks into the cave. She wants to fucking dry off.
You are met with this 11, 12-year-old boy that Amaya described last session. It looks like as there is a slight pull of tension on the bow, but like a nervous one, but like looks at you, Janet, which he was told about a human coming, and then turns your gaze to Camilla, and that's when his eyes widen at like, not out of fear, just out of, well, a little bit of fear, but a lot of respect and he's meeting like another great spirit.
Hello.
He bows his head. I apologize that I don't have any offerings for you.
You
But
do not need to be.
Grandmother did say I could to prepare some food.
Food would be lovely.
The fire. The fire's here. You
Oh,
can.
thank Christ.
There's at least a distinct moment of Camilla having the meta thought of like, who is Christ? Who is this person? Janet keeps exclaiming. So is this someone I should be worried about? And then just like ignores it and like goes by because she is also still very wet. She's not
Camilla
as bad
might-
as Janet.
Camilla might not be even aware that that's a person's name.
Exactly. She's
Yeah.
like, what is this expression?
We haven't gotten to that part yet. But I think Janet kind of just kind of sits down in front of the fire and starts wringing out her skirts and stuff and drying her hair as best she can.
There. How long does it take for Mishi and Onyx to get back?
I don't think having someone on Mishi's back slows her down all too much.
Oh yeah, absolutely not.
Not a canoe. It's
So
And Onyx,
whenever it would be dramatically appropriate. That's true.
yeah.
Ayas is being a small, awkward child.
Yeah, Mishi's never had guests.
Yeah, this is really weird. He doesn't know what to do with the human guests. Humans are not supposed to be here. There's another great spirit, and apparently there's another one going to be coming, and grandmother said it's okay, which is very, very weird.
Listen, he doesn't have to understand.
You don't question the will of the gods.
Yeah, don't ask stupid questions.
Jesus.
But yeah,
I'm also just thinking this scenario over too. Camilla is probably trying to like take off, or like considers taking off the dress because it's like soaked and everything, and she's like, this is probably a. I don't know if she would stop or not with this.
It's just a body.
It's
Exactly.
just a body.
Especially
Yeah,
with
that's
the
why.
timing of this and
Yeah,
where
fair.
you're
So I don't.
coming from,
I don't think she would have any sense of shame. She,
Yeah.
unlike I, does not understand shame. So she's like shawl off, like whole top of her dress is like over. She's just like trying to stay cold, like warm.
Putting
by
it
the
over a
fire.
rock so it dries to dry off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think definitely Janet takes her cloak and like she keeps her chest wrapping and like her bloomers on, but she like because that's just pretty thin anyway. But skirt and shirt are like drying on a rock, and she's just like, ugh.
Camilla's just like moving close to you.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
You'll be warmer if you
Yeah.
get closer to
And it's not like a big fire, it's just like a small cook fire, but it's
No.
better than nothing.
Literally, no. Beggars can't be choosers.
Onyx and Mishi, you do come back to the smell of some cooking food, small fire, and Onyx, Mishi's cave looks nothing like you imagined it. I think this is a good place to take a break.
yeah.
We'll go hydrate, pet our pets, and we'll be back soon, folks. Bye!
Bye.
Hi, everybody. We're back from break. Thank you for waiting for us. We have just finished, people not drowning, not getting lost, and joining the many lost ships and planes and dead bodies of Lake Superior. And our party has entered Mishi's abode, where there is a young child, and when you enter Onyx, you also get like a very respectful like bow.
I think it might be different than that because Onyx, to warm up as approaching from the lakeshore, has put on her shroud of flames. So she's just sort of like casually walking next to, or jogging next to Mishi, with like a shroud of like red flame all around her form.
In that case, like he gives you a very, very respectful vow, and looking over at Mishi, looking over at Onyx, and looking over at Mishi, and then to Janet, and then back to Mishi, and then to Camilla. I've made food, grandmother.
I think Mishi like humanifies just because that's how the group has mostly seen her. Probably less often for Ayas, but he's probably seen it a few times.
Okay.
And she will like cross-legged take a seat on the ground and have a snack.
Ayas like slides up next to you nervously, unsure how to handle this situation. Like, what do you say to 3 great spirits and a weird looking human?
A white lady?
Yeah, a white lady, yes, basically. And I think it's
What is this ghost act?
Someone had to say it.
okay. With that comment though, like he does lean into you, Mishi, and he's like, "Is she sick?"
Possibly. She's very strong, though. She'll get over it.
Oh no.
And
I invite this upon myself.
but yeah, he hasn't really made a lot. It just seems like some small game, simply cooked over the fire.
Once everyone has like gotten comfortable, dried off a little bit, maybe had some food, Mishi will ask him, "Where did you see this human after he left his canoe?"
He walked through the woods and came.
In which direction?
He was making his way to here, and then he disappeared.
Did he confront you at all?
Shakes his head. I was going to corner him in here. Target is easier to hit when it can't run away.
Yes. Do you know why he did not enter the cave? Did he see you?
He did enter the cave. And you do smell him in here. But he didn't see me. Mishi, would you like an experience point?
Yes.
Okay, who would you like the second one to go to?
Janet.
Aw, thanks.
Okay. So you know that... So you know when you're with someone you really trust, you just kind of have like these unconscious habits that you do with them? Like if you're with like a partner, like you might unconsciously like wrap your hands, like take their hand, or like put your hand on their thigh or something like that. Like just like small things, like being really close. I just like unconsciously and like a little nervously, as you're like asking these questions, and he's confronted with 3 very different strangers, 2 of which who are also great spirits. He like unconsciously, like one hand like lifts up and like holds onto your antlers.
You're not hurt?
He shakes his head.
Once this human is removed from the island, things will return to how they were.
He nods.
You said he entered the cave but did not see you. Do you know what he was looking for?
He entered the cave, and I waited to follow him, and then when I got here, he wasn't here.
Mishi stands and is just gonna walk around slowly and is like examining the cave to see if anything's changed, especially towards the back where the horde is.
Anyone with a beast's sense of smell can smell read. Mishi, you're probably like the one who can smell it best. This is your home. You know what it's supposed to be. You know this place inside and out. Every little pebble and rock and cranny and crevice. And I'm not going to make you roll for this. If someone else wants to, they can. But this is your home. This is your domain. But his scent leads back towards your copper hoard. And there's something different about where 2 rocks meet. There seems to be a gap there that wasn't there previously.
And in that gap would have been a copper deposit?
In that gap would have just been either a copper deposit or rock. But now you see a path leading down. And from that path, you smell blood. And human fear. And pain.
She turns into the Mishipeshu and over her shoulder to the other says, "He's still here," and is gonna dive down this path.
Okay.
You hear Ias
Immediately.
yell out for
Sorry.
you, but you're gone.
Immediately scrambling, doesn't even get completely to her feet, like almost like animalistically on all fours, like following after Mishi.
Like, as you're following, like, he looks... What about you, Janet and Camilla? Are you also rushing towards...
Well, we gotta put our clothes back on.
That's
yeah,
true.
I was about to say.
Also, just to clarify, would we have had time to roll some recovery rolls
Yeah.
while we were sitting and eating?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did 2 sets, so
Yeah, I'm doing my
all
10-minute and
good.
my 1 hour.
Yeah, I'll definitely say it
I'm-
could be an hour, at least.
Cool. Cool.
So after we put our clothes back on,
Yeah.
I'd say yes.
Wait, excuse me.
Well,
He's
Oh,
looking
wait.
at you, Camilla.
What is it?
He stands up in front of you, not looking you in the eye, just bowing over slightly, and in his hands he lifts out his bow to you. I know it's not much of an offering, but if you could please protect and help grandmother.
You do not need to give me this. This is... Mishi has done more than enough in protecting all of us and helping all of us to be worth an offering. But thank you. You should keep this.
You can tell he wants to argue, but you don't argue with. You don't argue. And he'll nod. I will protect grandmother's island until she gets back.
it's a good lad. You're the first line of defense, you hear that?
Do you have something for when anything gets close to you?
He nods.
Okay. Stay safe, be careful. She just like pats him on the head very gingerly. She's not used to being a comforting presence.
Let alone to small children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't realize this was probably the gateway into like the next area, but Mishi wouldn't have either, so I guess we're gone. Goodbye.
It's fine. Janet gets eye level with the kid and just goes, if they get too close for you to use the bow, go for the jugular. Usually works.
He nods. Grandmother was correct. You're very wise and strong.
She didn't say that.
She did say you were very powerful.
Well, kid, if you say it enough, maybe then sometimes it becomes true. You're very strong too. I gotta go.
Yeah. So, Mishi, you're first, followed by Onyx. Who was third? Was Camilla third or was Janet
I
third?
think Camilla, Janet hung back for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
There,
I think
you
Camilla-
cannot walk side by side. It has to be single file.
Homophobic. Okay.
This is like,
We're just gonna have you fail. Janet's gonna look back. Camilla's gonna disappear forever. It's gonna be fine.
just so you know, this is like starting to like get into spelunking like territory.
Oh God.
Like it's not where it's not gonna be that claustrophobic, but it's gonna be like, oh, you're definitely underground type of
Oh boy.
Yeah. There's a reason for that.
Yeah. Mishi, so as you're running, you, as a panther, as a big cat, you are only able to get so far before you are forced to change back into a biped. I'm sorry.
I must.
But as you go farther and farther, you don't have a choice. You can feel yourself getting farther and farther from your realm, and the power that you were holding on to, that you had access to while you were home on your island, is no longer at your fingertips, or at your paw pads, so to speak. But as you move, it's just the smell of more blood, more terror, and eventually you just hear echoing screams, yells of pain and distress. And it doesn't seem to stop. There are so many voices just bleeding into each other. Onyx, as you are trying to catch up with Mishi, you experience the same thing. It is dark. And it is the type of dark that there is no light for your eyes to hold on to, for your night senses to really kick in and absorb. So even you, Mishi, even you, Onyx, cannot see. It is that type of pitch darkness. Janet, you don't sense the fear like the beasts do, but you do eventually hear the yelling and the screaming.
Oh, yeah.
The tang of iron in the air. And it is just wrong. You should not be here.
Oh, no.
This is as close to a hell from religion that you can imagine.
Okay.
Camilla, as you realize where you are heading and this very familiar senses and smells and sounds in the air, what is going through your head?
I think the first thought that comes to mind is while she's had tension before when the group first met her in her body, and some of that has eased over time as she's gotten closer to Janet. I think probably the first sight you would see if the group sees her is that she takes a deep breath in, and it's like all of the tension in her body is gone. It's the first time she's had a breath in a very long time. And I think the sense of awkwardness in her movement has gone away. And while she's still hunched over, you can see there's no pain, there's no kind of awkwardness to her gait anymore. It's just there's a strength there that hasn't been there previously.
And just like Mishi, when she was entering her home, her story, you feel power begin to come into reach. And the farther and farther you move, the stronger it gets. You are home. You are where your duties are. And would you like an experience point, Camilla?
Yes.
I love that. Who would you like to give the other one to?
I would like to give the other one to Onyx.
I love that. As you come back into your full god power and form, so out of character, you have all access to all your foci abilities up to tier 6. You are not a tier 6 character, but you have all your seas beyond abilities. You feel human suffering in the air. You hear the raging river of blood, screams, the pain, the agony. But you also feel yourself connect to this realm on a deeper level. You feel yourself being pulled towards duty. What you need to do in the House of Bats. But you need to do what you are meant to be doing. But alternatively, there's a slight disconnect as you just feel yourself being pulled in another direction. The powers of the Fae Queen aren't meant to be here. And there is just this dichotomy of death and pain and suffering and sacrifice wrestling with life and beauty within you. But one of those is stronger right now.
I would like to think that the way that it visually shows on her is that the dress she's wearing, I think I've described it before as sort of having a like punctured heart motif at the center of it, where it's like the veins and capillaries and everything of a heart spread out through the dress and the lower half of it. I think on one half of it, it still has the same vibrance, and on the other half of it, it looks... The pattern has changed to look almost like decaying or like thinning tree branches, like all across her outfit.
And even though your three companions cannot see you, how does your appearance change if it does as you come back into your full power?
I think there is a much fuller expression of the form that she took in the Feywild. That massive, like I think now like 8-9 foot tall, like bat humanoid form. Not just like aspects of wings, but full on wings in her back that sort of like curl over. And more of her outfit, it feels like it belongs to this place in so many different ways, and one aspect of that is that more of her outfit looks stained with blood.
Janet, you're the closest. You cannot see this change, but you do feel a larger presence, a more intimidating presence in front of you where Camilla was. Or is.
I think she just takes it in, but she keeps moving. She's undeterred, but she's like definitely like, okay.
My next question for all of you is, where are you going? Because it is pitch black. Realistically, the only one who knows where they're going is Camilla. And only really because of echolocation. The three of you cannot see. And with the sounds you hear, you might not want to. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Amaya.
No, I interrupted you. My bad. I was just saying that Mishi is following her scent, the scent. But once she realized she has crossed a threshold, she maybe didn't mean to. She's not moving quite as fast.
Onyx.
Onyx is also following her scent. Though she's having this weird feeling because her Minotaur nightmare, dream, whatever, was coming up from like an extra den down here, and this is so different, and is just sort of like I think almost trying to find Mishi first, and then sort of like if it's okay, grabbing onto Mishi's arm, and it's just like, what is under your cave? What is this?
You can hear anger, and feel how like tense she is, and she says, "This is not meant to be here. This is not my island anymore."
And Camilla, the sound of Mishi and Onyx talking echoes to your ears, even though you're still catching up. You and Janet are still catching up, but this sound just reaches you, bouncing off walls and rocks around corners.
I think it feels almost like a shadow creeping up on both of them, the way that Camilla sort of just appears. Because they can't see, Camilla can actually see and hear to an extent. And it's just sort of like, I know where we are.
Is this your home?
Yes.
I see. Then we've moved on.
I had hoped we would have more time in your space before having to come here.
It was not real, anyway. No different than the dream from the labyrinth that is not a place that exists anymore. Not for me.
Lies. Sorry.
Did you say yes?
No, I said lies.
Oh, okay.
We love a DM intrusion.
Denial. Oh, wait, that is a great idea. Thank you for mentioning GM intrusion. Thank you so much.
Oops.
Thanks. Mishi, would you like an experience point?
Always. I have a guess, but I'm gonna wait until you do your thing.
Who do you want the other one to go to?
Who did I give it to last time? Janet? I'll go Camilla.
Okay, I think it's...
That was my...
Yeah, correct. That is the correct answer.
Oh no!
You all hear light footsteps and gravel and rocks coming up from behind you. Janet, it would be the closest to you, but you all hear it. A couple stumbles.
What the fuck?
Camilla, you're the only one who can get any sense of who or what this might be with your echolocation, and you see a small form making its way towards you.
Did the rest of us get Ias's name, or did we just know Ias is like there is a small
I would assume
child?
I assume we had been introduced to him in the hour we were chilling.
No.
No.
He barely said
Mishi would have
anything.
told.
He
Mishi
wouldn't.
would not have-
He wouldn't have said, "Hi, I'm Ias."
Maybe, but
Introduce himself to
Nervous
to
child
great spirits?
doesn't know what to do.
I feel like Janet would have said, "Hi, I'm Janet. What's your name?" I feel like that's not out of character for Janet to ask.
That's fair. He would answer. But also, he's been on the island with only Mishi for 3 years at this point-ish?
What?
Maybe more, yeah.
Who is this kid?
I think again the same sort of strange, shadowy, instant movement that the other two felt. Ias would feel behind him. Why did you follow us, little one?
I'm not afraid of you.
You should not be
That wasn't the
here.
fucking question.
I did not handle the human. I need to fix that.
You should not be here. This is not where you belong.
You just feel you can tell he wants to argue with you. But you can feel his defiance in the air. He wants to do this. He wants to help you.
Camilla. How dangerous is your home?
I think Camilla doesn't initially answer Nishi, but what I think actually happens is Camilla like moves her hand down, and I think there's almost like what anyone who couldn't see would think is like a puddle of water nearby, and she puts her hand into it, and she like raises it up so that, and again, because Ayas can't really see that well, it's very sudden to just see her claws just extend right in front of him and see, are you prepared for this? And her entire hand is covered in blood. It was a pool of blood.
I am not afraid. Which is, anyone with a sense of Eddie insight can tell, can hear his voice tremor just a little bit.
I think actually Camilla can see his heartbeat.
Yeah.
Like going faster.
Oh yeah. I can fight.
As the one who is very used to very argumentative humans, Onyx Onyx says, Mishi, he's down here. We can't let him go back, nor can we take the time to walk him back. The boy will be safer with us.
This is not his story.
This is not our story either.
Fine.
I've been a caretaker for years. Trust me.
Respectfully, Onyx, the woman you cared for tried to kill you multiple times.
And she never succeeded.
Janet and Camilla, you feel /see Ayas like move past you, and Onyx, you eventually feel Ayas move past you as well. And then Mishi, you feel a small hand take yours.
Well, he didn't succeed in killing me either. Let us find Reed.
Bell sirens going off in Onyx's head. That.
Yeah, I was just like, now what does that mean?
Onyx knows what it means.
Do you?
Onyx feels like she knows what it means. It feels like, with that admission, Mishi just told Onyx Onyx thinks that Mishi just told her that Ayas tries to kill her later. That is what Onyx has now guessed, and it's just like, oh my god, this child grows up to kill her. That's the only thing that's screaming in Onyx's head. That's the Kill Bill sirens right now.
Soul's got their sleuth cap on tonight, for real, for real.
I'm impressed, but that's okay. Yeah.
Oh no!
Meanwhile, I'm just sitting here wishing I had grabbed the tin foil that's currently in my kitchen and started making a hat for you. I don't think you're wrong, but I do find the imagery funny of just Onyx in the artwork suddenly having a tinfoil hat on.
Oh god, her horns are poking through it.
In terms of navigating this place, Mare, I would like to just keep moving folks through it, leading in the front, if possible.
Yeah. Where are you taking them? Because at this point, the scent of Reed is completely lost amidst the scent of blood and bat guano. You just smell a lot of blood and poop.
I have
Lovely.
I have been able to pick up his scent before, though, right? Before we entered this place, like we've had his scent before, correct?
Yeah, you've had his scent before, yeah.
I think the first bit is just getting out of this initial house to try and avoid try and avoid Xibalba proper, the actual place this house is located in.
Yeah, from what you can tell, and just like you're feeling amidst the caves here, you don't easily sense a connection to the rest of the houses in Xibalba. It seems like whatever is here and whatever Reed did, it seems like he mostly just took the House of Bats. Not saying that it doesn't exist, but like that was the focus. Sochi also does like crawl out from your hair, and her ears like perk up, and you all hear little bat squeaks. Are we home?
Unfortunately, no.
But what do you mean? No.
The lords are not here. The rest of those who rule over this place are not here.
But we're in the House of Bats.
I think these pages only have where we reside, Sochi.
We should still be careful. We're okay. But I don't think you want our friends to get stuck here.
No, there are quite a lot of people here suffering and I think she turns to everyone. She says this aloud to everyone else. You do not want to be left here. There's like such a strong note of like bitterness in her voice that you've probably never heard her have before.
We will
This
find
dark, I think, is all we can hear.
She keeps moving forward, and I think it's not an exaggeration to say there's like several bodies you pass over at any given moment. There's I think more than anything, for what you are able to see, if you actually can spot any bodies that you're stepping over and such, is probably a good amount of them are either missing their heads or you see wounds that are very clearly from claws.
More than one of you have probably tripped over a corpse or two. Might think it's a rock, but it's very wet, very soft, or already very deep into rigor mortis, decaying, maggots. You know how I mentioned that sickly sweetness earlier? It's a different type of sickly, decaying sweet now. And not all of them. Please correct me if I'm wrong here, Angela. Or some bats might be having a feast.
If there is even a semblance of life left in the bodies that are here, you will occasionally see some bats. Like, you'll more hear bats screeching, and then you'll hear just very... I think it's less that the actual sounds themselves are very loud. It's just more that it reverberates so often that you hear them feeding on people.
Some while they're still alive.
I think Janet, as they move, will like reach out for Camilla's skirt or her arm or her hand or any part that she can grab and just kind of holds on if Camilla allows, just like so she doesn't get lost.
Can I get everyone's just like input on like how they're feeling about this place?
Mishi thinks it's a waste.
Janet, I think, is being she's gone into blinders on mode, but she can't help but think about the deal that Tam was forced to be part of and how there might be something similar waiting for him if she doesn't fix things.
What? I don't think your mic picked you up, Sol.
What about now?
Yeah.
Is that better? Okay.
Yes.
Onyx has had stories from Caulfield when she was younger of depraved beasts with their hordes fallen to violence instead of wisdom. And this is what Onyx, this like sort of like inhabits like a deep fear from her childhood, from younger years, and is just like she feels tense and very alert.
Camilla, what's it like to be home? Especially what you've been experiencing since you were torn from your story.
I think the best way I have to describe it is it's almost akin to how I imagine like a weaponsmith or like a person who's made swords looking back at all of the death and the violence that they have allowed to happen in the world by nature of their actions. There is an element now of guilt or of disgust, but there is an element that I think anyone could see on her face where there's almost like nostalgia. There's a fondness for it that she can't deny. Like, again, when she walked into this place and she realized where they were, it felt like breathing again. Like the blood, the smell of it, the sound of so many people suffering. This is what she knew, and it feels right for her, even though there's a part of her now that thinks something feels off.
Are you heading anywhere specific, Camilla, leading the group? Or are you just walking? You trying to find Reed's scent?
I think she's trying to find Reed's scent amidst everything, but it's a bit of distraction from everything, and also like making use of whatever sense she can to find like a waypoint that she's familiar with.
Sure. Would you like to make some kind of check or use an ability? I'll give you a challenge after you tell me exactly what you want to do, but
I think this is what I'm thinking in her mind, is that if Reed came here and was trying to find some sort of escape from it, there are not that many places that make it easy to have a like clear exit to this place.
Mm-hmm.
So I was wondering, I have a skill now called Find the Hidden. You see the traceries of objects as they move through space and time. You can sense the distance and direction of any specific inanimate object that you once touched.
Okay.
I was wondering if I could use that to actually like pinpoint the spot, like a spot that might be what counts for an exit here.
Yeah. Can you just take a quick snippet of that?
What?
A what?
A snippet.
Sorry, a what?
A snippet.
Snipshit?
Snipshit. A snippet of that so I can read it, please.
I will. I can also tell you it's page 140 in the Cypher System book.
Okay, page 140. Okay, that
It's
works.
at the very top.
What was it called?
Find the Hidden.
Find the Hidden. Where is it? 140 of the page, not of the PDF.
140
okay.
of the page, not the PDF.
Yeah.
Pardon.
You see the traces of as they move through space and time. You can sense distance and direction of any specific inanimate object that you once touched. From one action to another, depending on what the GM feels appropriate due to time. I will say this is not going to be an action. I will say that you would need to have this, you need to concentrate on this to lead them there. You can't just like bam teleport there.
No. I wasn't thinking of it as
Yeah.
that. Just more like being able to pinpoint, like, I know how to move around this area. I know this spot where I've been. And now the actual check is like navigating everything else, like perceiving, estimating based off of knowing where that spot is, like getting through everything. Because like we're walking through the equivalent of like you said, spelunking caverns. And if for anyone who's ever watched the movie The Descent, stuff like that, where it feels not great. There's not a lot of room in here outside of corpses, blood, suffering, and pain.
Yeah. So I'm going to say this will take like an hour. But you can feel, are you looking for a specific exit or?
I'm trying to think about, I think it comes down to trying to, based off of what I know about navigating through this place with having gone through it so often, and where I think Reed would be trying to, what I can notice about tracking Reed with knowing that location and trying to pin it down, if I can make a rough estimate of which direction I think he's going. A lot of it is coming back to trying to figure out where Reed has gone throughout all of this, because this place is meant to be like a maze.
I will let anyone roll if they want, but just a general intellect check to connect the pieces on like what you might be looking for. This is going to be a challenge 4.
Would this be a perception task or just intellect?
This is recalling and making a point of connections. So this is, you're not looking for something. This is like just a complete like mental task.
She passed.
I also passed, and I have an idea of what the connection is.
All right, I will hear.
I spent a level of effort, and I passed.
Did you roll, Camilla?
No, I think she's focusing on the spot.
Soul, did you want to take a guess?
He is not looking for a place to escape. He's looking for a place to hide the book so no one will be able to grab it. So he's probably looking for the most dangerous spot that he can get away with, is my guess.
Camilla, what's the most dangerous spot in the House of Bats? Yeah, I don't hear.
Somehow.
I think it would be her own personal cave, actually.
Just walking to all these people's caves is so rude.
Listen, this motherfucker already has stolen our stories.
Listen, I bet he doesn't even wipe his feet when he comes in.
I thought you were gonna say I bet he doesn't even wipe his ass.
Not either. I'm calling him Stinky.
Stinky Reed.
Little
Reed,
snip shit.
just like another blood-covered person I know. Stinky ass dragoon man.
How dare you disrespect him?
I will disrespect him until I meet him again and he has a better attitude.
Have fun waiting.
Wait, who
Anyways.
are we talking about?
Final Fantasy stuff.
This is
Have you heard
It
of the
was a
critically
stupid
acclaimed MMORPG?
no. Let it die. Let the meme
No.
die. God damn it. Let it die.
But so Onyx gets it, Janet gets it, Mishi gets it, Camilla would get it, but she's focused.
I love our chat right now.
He's kind of
this
a
guy
fan.
is a fanficker.
He is a fanficker. That's not incorrect.
Yeah, you're not
Our
literally.
big bad evil guy is a fanficker.
Listen,
Why would you betray me, fanfic?
God, Reed would be a super Hulakian, wouldn't he?
Oh
Crossover
He invented
fanfic,
it.
and this is what he's doing.
Wow.
Wow, I hate everything about that statement.
As a former super Hulakian, this is a pot meat kettle, but you know, takes
Your
one to know one.
face, Maya. Your eyes just went super wide.
But yeah, unless someone beats Onyx to it, Onyx would sort of like try and grab onto Camilla's hand and just like, what's the worst place you would never advise anyone to go here?
My cave.
I think that's where he'll be.
Delightful.
Reed really went from a cave with an 11-year-old in it to hell. Looking for the most dangerous place.
Listen, he's like, where can I put my dream home? Where won't anyone bother me? The pits of hell. Too bad he's got 4 femmes coming to kick his ass.
4 femmes and their adopted son.
Yes.
Sure.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, so I suppose we start making our way there.
Ange, check your DMs, please. I have a question. A very important question for you.
Secrets.
DM whispers.
I got a thumbs up. Is that okay?
Yep.
Okay, love this. Thank you.
Uh-oh.
I would like to roll it into your intrusion from before, if that's okay.
Yep.
Love that.
It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt a lot. Fuck. I'm all fucked.
It's fine. Anyway, Camilla, you begin to lead your way to your abode. Once Sochira hears where you all are going, she actually takes flight and flies on ahead. The doors, there are no closed doors to you here, Camilla. You go where you please. But that's not the same for everyone else. At some point, as you're leading them along, there is a block of stone in front of you. It's like roughly cut. Camilla, this means nothing to you. This stone is here, but you can go through it. It doesn't matter. This is not a task meant for you. And there are words carved into it that the 3 of you can read. Sorry, Mishi. Yes, I know it's unsettling that you can read them, but you can read them.
Can Ias read now?
Ias is very confused. He's like, why can I understand that? What are those glowing depictions? But essentially what the door says is that only through sacrifice will this door open. Camilla, do you walk through it, not even realizing that your companions can't go past it? You see Camilla just walk through this wall.
Onyx just tries to follow as if it's like an illusion. I try to disbelieve the wall and just
BAM!
Oh!
The opposite of manifestation.
What is...
Milla, open the door.
Ias,
This
what's
is the door,
a
right? This is the door?
I don't know what a door is.
They've attempted to explain it before. I believe this is one of them.
I don't know what a door is.
It's a wall you can go through.
That sounds false.
Janet looks around, takes in everything that they've seen since being here, immediately knows what needs to be done.
Yeah, there's more than one body that you have felt in front of the store.
There's a lot of bodies in front of the wall?
Just in this general area.
It's, to be honest, the amount has probably increased the closer you have gotten to Camilla's abode.
Yeah.
Like,
what are
if
the
there
ones?
was one every few feet, the density number has increased by like 2 or 3 every few feet. Like,
Quick question. This actually, Onyx, have you lit yourself on fire to help lead the way?
No, because I don't want to scare the child.
The child knows what fire is.
He's seen you on fire already. You kind of walk.
Then I think when she hits the wall, yes, she just lights herself up so she can take a better look at the surroundings.
The lines around Ias's face are just like so tense. He is clenching his jaw, especially now that he sees. Like, he knows what death is. He's killed animals. He it's a circle of life. It is just the balance of everything. But the amount to a small child is a lot, TM. And he holds your hand tighter, Mishi. Trying very hard to be brave and be strong. But he's still only a kid.
Pulls out the knife that Camilla gave her and immediately across her own hand.
Yeah, take a might damage.
Ow.
What are you doing?
You can read it as well as I can. And I smear my blood on the wall.
Is that gonna be enough for this place? Look at all the dead bodies.
I don't know. I'm starting small.
Yeah, it doesn't...
It's not much of a sacrifice. Your blood comes back.
Camilla, do you make any... What do you do when you realize no one's behind you?
I think she turns around and when... Like, she actually takes in the stone and she probably realizes the reason for it. How much blood would you give if you made sure you got the job done, Mishi?
So you come back?
She just peeks her head up and says that?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Would you sever a vein? Would you sever an artery? Would you sever something vital from which everything will flow and pool out so that this cave, this house can be made aware of how much you will give to it?
No. Why would I do that?
Because you are in my home.
If
And
it's your
while-
home, open the door.
That is not how my home operates. You are here. You must give.
I broke my rules. Why can you not do the same?
I think she tries to pull Mishi through. Does it work?
Do you want to make this a challenge?
Always.
A challenge roll?
Always, baby.
All right, I just want to write down a quick...
What are you willing to give up, Camilla? Misha doesn't say that, but...
No, say it.
Okay, Angela, from one Cypher GM to another, what would you rate this as?
I think this place is a manifestation of what Camilla thinks she is supposed to be. So I'd put this at bare minimum at a 4 or 5. And I think my immediate thought of in response to Amaya's snark of like, well, why don't you break the rules? And it's like, I technically didn't make this set. This is old me making this set. I cannot technically break the rules. Because it's not me breaking the rules. It's new me, not old me. Old me is pissed at everything.
5.
I can guess. So I'd put it at 4 or 5 at
5.
least.
I'm gonna put this at least, actually no, I think this would be more of a 6 because this isn't just your home. There are lords higher than you.
Yeah, that's also true.
I'm gonna say this is 6.
We both have our bosses, okay?
Yeah,
We
yeah.
both broke the rules.
The lords of Xibalba are the ones in charge.
Mind control all of human suffering. You have an island. We are not in the same tier.
Damn.
Listen, I don't want to pull rank here, but I'm going to pull rank here. This is the only time in this campaign I'll pull rank.
I have a comeback, but I'd rather say it in character.
I love you, Amaya.
Challenge 6.
Good luck.
This would
Or
be
is
an
it-
int-based task. With basically willpower. A willpower roll.
Good lord.
Anything
Which
that you
one
can...
of us is doing it? Or is it both of us?
Oh, Camilla needs to do this. She needs to break her own rules.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
You spending any effort, blah, blah, blah.
Fuck it. I like you. I like all of you. I'll try.
Some of you really like.
Shut up. Gals can kiss other gals as a treat. That's a thing. I'm spending 1 level of effort.
So 15 on the die.
Lord Christ almighty. Raspberry jam 7. That doesn't work.
I feel like Camilla begins to like try and pull you through, and it's just like solid.
And I think because Camilla's the one breaking the rules, if you will let me, GM, I think there's like, initially as her hand is trying to like move through the actual stone, the three of you see like, I'm not going to get graphic in any of this, but pustules, suffering, signs of pain, as though my bosses are to a degree aware of this. They don't like me doing this.
The alternative option is you take another route. If you do not want to try and go through the door.
Who has the beans?
Oh! No!
Oh, fuck. We have the beans.
I think, don't you have a bag? Didn't someone give you like a small bag? Or is just Janet have them?
No, I think Mishi has the beans.
They're not in my inventory. They gotta be with me.
Mishi has the beads.
When a door does not open, I break the wall.
Do you say that?
Yes. And then the beans.
Sorry, I need to read the beans again.
We're defeating the gods of death and suffering with the power of beans.
Beans, the magical fruit.
Beans.
You know
The
what?
special beans.
You know what? I'm gonna say this. Soul, I feel like any of our collective ancestors would be proud that this is a solution.
Oh yes! Oh my God!
This is the Looney Tunes level shit that people come up with in the heroic stories.
I was ready for more
An
angst. I was
Incan
ready to.
warrior right now? No, it would be an Incan farmer trying to get back to his fucking alpaca, just being like, I can't. There's nothing for me to sacrifice. There's nothing that the gods care about me enough to do this. Fuck it.
These are literally Chekhov's wall-breaking beans. Let's fucking go.
Oh my God, I read about those in acting school.
If you get beans in Act 1, it better fucking break a wall in Act 5.
So, magic beans. I rolled. This is a level 9. It was 1d6 plus 4. I rolled a 5 when I gave Mishi these beans. When planted and watered, I'm assuming someone has a fucking water skin.
I do. It was established last session. I have water skin.
Also, blood is a great fertilizer. Let's fucking go.
Listen.
The beans grow into a giant beanstalk. It's almost impossible to know where the beanstalk leads until you climb it. Climbing the beanstalk is a level 5 task.
I don't care about climbing the beanstalk.
Yeah,
I'm
we just
making
need
the
to break
beanstalk
a wall.
so I can wall hack.
Yeah. God.
Wall hack.
I'm wall hacking in hell.
So, Camilla, what side of the wall are you on when you do this? When she does this?
I've gone on the other side of the wall. I'm not staying. If I see fucking beans, I'm not staying.
You don't know. No one knows what these beans do.
If I see beans, I'm out.
Mishi has told no one about these beans.
No.
Camilla's one fear is
you're
beans.
right.
So basically what happens is Janet, Onyx, Ias, you see Mishi, like, do you ask for Janet's water skin? Wait, you have water. You're a water cat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, she says her cool one-liner of, if you cannot open the door, you break the wall.
She bends down, puts something in the ground, and waters it. And then, like, for a second, nothing happens. Like, they're just, like, for a split second, you're like, what the hell is supposed to be doing? And
She's never gardened.
You forage. You don't need to garden. You hunt fish. But all of a sudden, the ground begins to shake and shudder. And where Mishi, like, dug into the dirt, there is a little green pop of green between the rocks and the blood, and then another one pops up, and another, and then it just kind of, the ground explodes, for lack of a better term, and it gets bigger and bigger. And I need everyone to make a speed defense roll because
God.
there's a little bit of an underground earthquake. Camilla, everything is shaking, and this is not a normal shaking because obviously to torture people sometimes you do need to get them crushed under rocks and just leave them there for eternity until they die of dehydration. It is how it is. But this is
we refer to that as the anti-Sisyphus method.
Yeah.
But that's just how it be sometimes. This is not one of your earthquakes.
No.
Call that the Giles Corey special.
Someone is getting into shenanigans on the other side. But yes, you also need to make this dodge defense roll. Speed defense roll.
What's the difficulty?
Yeah, what's the difficulty, fam?
Sorry. I was like, I should make this a level 9 because that's the level of the beans, but I'm not
How is this the most powerful Cypher we've had the entire system?
I just haven't been able to use mine.
I'm not going to make it a challenge 9. This is going to be a challenge 5. It would have been 4. Okay, it'll be 4 for Mishi because she knows what was going to happen, and I will also let your roll go into Ias, but none of you else know what's going on, so for the rest of y'all, it's going to be a 5.
I got a speed defense training.
Okay, cool.
You got a 20?
Yes.
I'm spending effort to make it a level 4.
Spending 2 effort to make this a level 3.
I rolled a 19 on the die.
Minor effect, what would you like to happen? And the major effect for you, Onyx.
I got a 19 as well.
Minor effect.
I don't make it, just barely. I got an 8.
Hey man, this is my house now.
Amaya said, "We're not done with my arc
what,
yet."
mate? Wait a minute. You fucking what, mate?
So, you will
I brought life into the house of death, and that life is beans.
So, since Camilla, no one takes damage, even you, Camilla, because you're in your form. You get hit, but you don't take any significant damage. This is your home. But everyone else is okay. I
am built like a bat house of a woman.
Yes.
Huh.
You all see this big ass fucking beanstalk, and it has knocked away a huge chunk of the wall. You still need to kind of squeeze to get through because it also made a lot of rubble, but it's not a solid wall now. Ias is looking, he's like, wow.
And you've just had those on you, have you?
Yes.
All
A
right.
small spirit gave them to me as an offering.
Okay.
That's terrifying.
Is that not where that came from? Wait, I forgot.
It is.
Okay, yeah.
No, it is.
Referring to a fae. She just wouldn't say fae.
Oh, yeah, Janet's just flabbergasted.
Camilla, what's going in the brain?
Like, well, I have to applaud them for ingenuity, I suppose.
You're not just gonna roll over and accept suffering.
The thing is that while this is not Mishi's home turf, I've forgotten one critical factor is that Mishi is unrelentingly stubborn, and as a result of that, will never submit ever.
Very cool. Pronounce hot.
You may not be able to break your rules, so unfortunately, I will. I mean no disrespect.
I would not be bothered if you were being disrespectful. If it was warranted.
Technically,
I mean no
you could
disrespect to you, Camilla, as an individual, but I have nothing but disrespect and disdain for this place.
You are welcome to have that hatred and dislike.
It's kind of expected.
Death is natural. No one knows that more than I. But everything about this is unnecessary. This is excessive. This is greed. This does not need to be.
You've told me before about the harm humans have done to you. Or at least mentioned it. And your disdain for them. And she says the next thing not with any malice or anything, but more as like a statement of fact. You have not even seen a glimpse of how terrible humans can be. It is why this place exists. But I agree with you. I do not care for it anymore.
It is interesting that something green is still able to grow.
Soul, roll me a D100. Don't worry about it.
I have anxiety. I always worry.
Okay, that's fair.
97.
Hold on, let me see what this
Pretty good.
is.
Pretty good.
That's a pretty good roll. I gotta see what it is, though. Hold on.
That's how much damage we all take right now.
No.
I asked for finding a cipher for my major effect. I didn't want to take away from the scene.
Oh,
I love you.
That's a really good call, actually.
For my minor effect, I just grab a leaf off of the beanstalk and use it to wrap up my hand.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, so Onyx, you are a magic little being, a magic dragon, very in tune with just spellcraft in general, kind of being able to just observe and just notice the ambient magic around you. As you are beginning to walk towards this beanstalk, there are a lot of corpses, as we have previously stated, but one of them has a garland of knotted string and feathers and teeth and bells around their neck. And it shines with magic.
Camilla, you implied that the beings down here, they, in some manner, deserve this?
Some of them do.
Onyx reaches down and takes the garland and says, "Thank you." And she holds it up and she's like, "I think this person has no more use for this, and it shines with a magic that might assist us further."
I hope so.
If not,
And
I will return it.
All right, I just sent it to you.
very quickly before we move on, very quickly, Camilla says, I'm sorry, Mishi, for snapping.
No need for an apology. We've gotten through the door. Our door's meant to be this stubborn.
No, actually, they're usually not supposed to be this cumbersome.
One's especially intense.
I suppose we keep walking into my cave.
Yeah. I will say, other than the sounds of bats, some flying overhead, at least one or some of the taller folks getting hit in the head with wings. It's pretty uneventful. It's still overwhelming in terms of atmosphere, fear. You will always occasionally hear a loud influx of screaming or crying off in the distance. But eventually, Camilla, you lead them to your abode. What does your abode look like?
I think there is a pool of water. Like I try and imagine her cave sort of becomes almost like a cenote, so there's sort of like underground sort of cavern area that has its own like pool of water to the side. It's not so much beach because that would imply like sand, but it's just there's water and then there's just more rocks lining along the side of it. And there's various spots for anyone just who can see to the ceiling and such where it looks like deep, long claws have dug into it, and she's probably roosted up there at different points. And yeah, this is the element she's probably most above table ashamed of. There are various bodies around here
in various states of decay / dismemberment, I'm assuming.
Yes, but most prominently, there are a lot that have been beheaded. Almost, and it looks like the gesture was like a snatch of the head.
And as you walk into your abode, where the scent of violence is so strong, there's just a little tweak in your consciousness. This way you have been acting here has been not Kamazot's, not Camilla, and the House of Bats doesn't really like or accept that. As you just feel viciousness and rage and the desire for blood and sacrifice to be truly here. Do you want to tell everybody else what they see?
As Camilla goes berserk.
Yeah.
Her fangs extend out the longest you've ever seen. Her claws are fully extended. There is no real trace of any, like, humanoid aspects to her form. It is a massive bat. Wings are enormous and spread out. She's significantly bigger than, like, Mishi, like, in creature form, like, full creature form. And there is, like, this constant, like, deep blood red tinged her eyes, like someone has just like smeared over them with blood and she hasn't wiped it away. It's like permanently stained, like everything about her eyeballs. And there is this sense of just scratching everything into the ground and turning around and wanting to like bite and snatch at things. I think at one point she nearly snatches a bat just out of the air and like rips its head off in like one motion. Like you don't even see how fast it is.
And Camilla turns towards the rest of you. That's where we're gonna end the session.
Knew it.
Oh.
Hey folks, we're gonna do our little sign-offs. I'm ready for some PvP.
Yeah!
Finally.
I asked you. You agreed.
Yeah.
Real raggy.
See, I was just hoping it would be another version of me would pop up, not me. But I was too hopeful.
Quick, Janet, go smooch her. Bring her back.
I don't know if that's gonna help right now.
Listen, with Wig Snatch time 1000 already here, Janet's got to be smarter than that.
All right, let's go say hey who we are, where you can find us, and then I'll figure out a raid, and I'll also change this music because it's creepy and been going on for like the past hour.
Listen.
Hello, folks. I have been your soul this evening, because Lord knows certainly I didn't get any of that today. It's been freezing rain where I am all day.
Oh my god, same.
Yes,
Yeah.
ditto.
You can find me here in as we come up to the New Year's, and then after the New Year's passes, you will find me on Wednesdays at the Mandy's channel playing Sinark, the gayest little tabaxi rogue who ever did gay. Otherwise, I am working super hard to potentially get something out before the end of the year, and if it's out there, I'll scream it from the rooftops. And that's me.
Hello there, everybody. My name is Angela Lemos Mogrovejo. I use she, they pronouns, and I have been playing Camila Gutierrez, otherwise known as Zotzila, and otherwise known as Kamazots, the death bat and or snatch bat god, who is a vicious god who sees beyond and walks the wild woods, and it might be killing my friends next session. This is gonna be fine. It's all great. I am in the midst of working over on Girls Run These Worlds to put together a series of print weaver called Belenai, which is going to take place in a sort of post-apocalyptic world inspired heavily by Claymore, Berserk, a little bit of Doctor Who, the 12th Doctor, and a bunch of other things of just various kinds of stuff that basically Mare has shown me that I'm like, those are really fucked up monster designs. This would be cool in the TTRPG. So that's me. You can see me over there, hopefully within the next few weeks on Girls Run These Worlds running that.
I'm Amaya. I played Mishi, a guarded beast who speaks for the land. I'm mostly on Instagram and Twitter. I post art, and hopefully in the next few weeks I might have like a cool announcement about a big project if it works out, but it's not for sure yet, so I'm not going to be specific. But yeah, look at those two places for that.
Can we ask what kind of realm of kind of project it is? Is it TTRPG? Is it art?
It'll be in the realm of published books. But it's not for sure yet.
Crossing my fingers, knock on wood, let's go.
And following that up, hey guys, I'm Charlie. I've been your Bonnie Janet for this evening, a strong-willed explorer who looks for trouble and kisses girls. And boys, but gotta make sure that he lives first and that I live first.
Then you can kiss him.
Then I can kiss him. I'm kissing everybody up in these hair parts. You can find me on TikTok, on Instagram, on Twitter, and on Blue Sky. I finally got a Blue Sky at Good Luck Charlie Grass or GL Charlie G, one of the variants on that. I'm kind of done with projects for the rest of the year because I'm tired. But I might have one or two more books coming out on Audible as a narrator the next couple of weeks. Keep you posted on that. You can find me on there already doing sci-fi, Battletech, and the Morrow Chronicles. And my brain is off for the year, but except for this. So I'm loving finishing up this game through the end of the year and into the new year. I'm just chilling.
Hi, it's me, your gay master. I'm just gonna plug this game. Join us next week for our last session of 2024 of our penultimate episode. We're this close, and then we're going to finish off in the new year, so stick around. What we're going to do is we're going to go raid Neon Lights Roleplay. Did I do that right? Yes, perfect. All right, so we'll see everybody next week. Please check out the socials. See, we got a bunch of other games and video games and TTRPGs on the channel. So go check it out. We will see you next week for PvP. PvP. Anyway, bye. Good night.
Bye.